Hello and welcome to the third part of the Sierra collection. Should I say, I think that's the fourth part of my adventure collection, and believe me, there will be more besides LucasArts and Sierra. But I got this really fast, I think, where so many great guys in the internet helped me to find the Quest for Glory anthology. You know, this was the missing anthology or anniversary of the Sierra, my collection. You know, I have Larry, I have King's Quest, I have Space Quest, and now I've got Quest for Glory. And this is the fifth part. The fifth part is not a part of an anthology, but now you see I've got the fifth part also, so I think it's time for a new video. Quest for Glory starts as Hero Quest. It was a mixture of point and click and RPG, and it was really unique for its time, and I think the first game is really interesting. I think the point and click adventure part is good, the RPG part is really nice. I think you can play as a warrior, as a wizard and a thief, I think. I think the paladin comes with a second part, I think. It's really good, it's really interesting. I love the concept, where so many things about the elements and the mythologies, the systems. It's really good. If you want to see it, watch for yourself, or maybe on Wikipedia or something else. It's really great concept. The first one, outstanding game. The second game, Trial by Fire, is interesting. It's absolutely playable, but I think it was not so huge and so great, and it didn't make such an impact like the first one. The second one is playable, but I think the first one is better. Wages of War, the third part, it's really interesting. The third part is maybe not a part of the elements thing. It's a crazy thing, but it's maybe true. Wages of War is interesting. It has a lot of great elements, but I think it's more point and click than RPG. It's, if you want to call it, it's standard Sierra stuff. It's a great game, it's great looking, it had great sounds, but it's the RPG part is really weak in the third installment. So this is a different thing. The fourth part, Shadow of Darkness, is different. The concept is really great. Some call it, some name it as the best Quest for Glory game ever. I think Shadow of Darkness is an awesome game. It's better than the third installment and the second. It's a question if it's beat the classic of the first one. Shadow of Darkness is different. It has better comedy. I think it has the dark tone is really good and works. I think as a point and click adventure, this is an outstanding game, of course. The fifth part is a little bit different. The concept is nice. Dragonfire combines every game, every aspect, and I think every question is answered, I think. Some may correct me, but I think everything was solved. But I think the concept is more like an action adventure. It's different. It's less at point and click, it's less RPG, it's more action oriented. It's a good game, I think. It's really nice, and it's playable, but I think it destroys its origin. So it's not true or loyal to the base, but nevertheless it's a playable game. That's a thing. So this is the Quest for Glory anthology. This is the fifth part. Thanks to the guys who make that possible. Now I've got that thing also, and believe me, there's another saga you have to know as a point and click fan. You will see. And now something completely different. Welcome to the Goblin Saga. Just watch it. That's Goblins 1 and 2. Goblins 1 it's not my favorite Goblins game. You have 3 goblins to solve some puzzles. Every goblin has a special ability, and I don't like the timing aspect, so the first one was a little bit stiff for my taste. Goblins 2 on the other side, it's an awesome game. You control two, you see, 2 goblins, and it's a really fun game. It's very great humor, it's very funny, it's very good balanced. There's so many good inside jokes. Goblins 2 is the best game of the whole saga. Goblins 3 with 1 goblin is also a really nice game. It's really interesting and has a good story. This is playable, but it doesn't have the charm from the second one. The second one was greater, bigger, better, if you want to call it. Goblins 4, you see, with 3 eyes. It's totally wrong. I think Goblins 4 were without any eyes. You see some missing from our... This is, should I say, a pure shitfest? Yes, it's a pure shitfest. This is typical crap. I got it really cheap, and believe me, it was too expensive. This thing is for €5 too much. It's absolutely crap. Consider this game as never existed. That's a good thing. So 2 and 3, maybe your kind of games. It's really interesting, but 4. I don't know why. Why we did this, I don't know, but believe me, it's pure crap. And now to end the video, just a brief more Sierra games, if you want to call it, whereas The Adventure of Willy Beamish. This is a classic point-and-click adventure with cartoon graphics. The puzzles are not so logical, if you want to call it, but I think the design was really nice, and the voice work is not so great, but I think the game itself, it's a typical cartoon point-and-click adventure game. It's really nice and it's not so long. Shivers and its sequel Harvest of Souls is a puzzle game like, maybe like Myst. You have to find some, should I say, ghosts or demons and get them. And I think both games create a really good atmosphere, but something is a little bit strange. So it may be, it's a question if it's your cup of tea. The Dagger of Amun-Ra is the second game of the Laura Bow series. The first sequel was Colonel Bequest, I think. This is a little bit different. This is not... it's also a mystery game. It's also something like you may know, for example... the first one was a mixture of the classics from Hitchcock, Edgar Wallace and something. This is a little bit different, but it's also a really good detective story. So maybe you give this thing a try. Freddy Farkas is a game from LO. And I think it's really interesting. It has some nice things. It makes a lot of fun of a Western scenario. You are a pharmacist and brew some potions for the nice things around in Western. So just give it a try. It's really nice. It's really funny. Maybe you try it out. I'm your Mr. Venom 1974, and believe me, there will be more in the future. If you like this video, please rate, leave a comment, subscribe if you want. We see us! Bye bye!